now the divine Earth Mother. We hold the frequency now of the original thought form, the original Genesis, the original Eden tree. And as a great merging of past and present and future merge into this higher timeline that moves in the frequency of the original will, the perfect will, the divine, sacred, and holy will. The will of all wills, the divine will of God for all creation, holding the frequency as it courses through the very crystalline matrix within our blood of the physical body, within the nervous system, within the consciousness of each cell, within the atomic and subatomic levels. That indeed the electron spin now attunes into a higher vibratory rate of spin in alignment with the flame of the divine. See clearly in your spiritual eye now, as the will of God courses through the blue flame, as its emanating blue rays transcend it beyond the gravitational pull of the earth. In its highest frequency, we are able to integrate, sense, feel, and know. As we breathe the sacred in-breath and out-breath, we are engulfed, cocooned, and embraced by this blue flame. And as we see the flame, we see it is encased in a diamond, a multifaceted diamond that is huge and magnificent, multifaceted, thousands and thousands of facets, emanating throughout the universe, indeed the multiverse, the will of God, moving in all directions, moving in its higher transcendence beyond the solar loci of Helios Vesta, beyond that into the great suns of Alcyon, and indeed the great suns of the great galactic mother, indeed this multifaceted eternal diamond holding the blue flame of divine will, permeating throughout the cosmic waters, permeating throughout all creations, dimensions, realms, and expressions of the divine. It is this we attune, sense, and feel and align with. For it brings into our cosmic memory who we truly are and our ability to be in that eternal consciousness of ever increasing, creating will of the divine. We choose here now to align our little wills with the will of the divine, as we choose to be here in higher service, as we affirm God's will is my will. Holding this frequency now, along with the most radiant ones, holding the frequency, holding the diamond light of the blue flame of the will of God. We now, the children of the earth, the children of light who have not forgotten. Move into our positions with our intentions, with our visualizations, which are picturing, to send forth the blessing of this upon the sacred earth. As we hold a frequency, attention to our feet, as it touches the ground and the root chakra of the physical body, now growing roots into the earth. For we are the children of the earth, the children of light that have come here because of the capacity of love to come into this world to help and assist and to anchor God's will, which is love, unconditional. And so we see these roots of the blue flame moving through us and into our bodies, that we, through intention, bring it to the center of the earth. And as we connect with the sacred center of the earth, we move these roots like lightning, blue lightning, moving throughout her entire body in all 7 realms and expressions. Deep in her body, she experiences the frequency of the divine blue ray light, of the sacred blue flame, the diamond light of God's will, bringing forth the higher dimensional frequencies of unconditional love, healing, purification, and balance. And as we hold this, we can see the blue emanation of this frequency now beginning to expand into the very atmosphere, moving into the elements and the elementals that make up her body and all of her life, holding the memory, holding the frequency of the original thought of divine will. In the creation of this world and the many worlds, the great entanglement of the divine will of God. And we hold the emanating blue sacred ray. We hold the diamond light encasing the blue flame. We see it clearly in our spiritual eye as we experience it moving and coursing through our own physical, mental, and emotional bodies, connected to the higher parts of ourselves, expanded and eternal, embracing this experience, anchoring it now into the physical world, mental and emotional. And as these great currents of blue light move throughout the earth body into the atmosphere, moving out in all directions and touching all life upon the earth, every kingdom, the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, and the human are touched in this frequency of God's light and will. We hold it and move it into the divine crystalline matrices to heal, adjust all distortions, all miscreations, all ignorance. We see the great blue ray, healing, adjusting, and aligning once again the divine will. We see the great lightning streaks of blue coming from the highest celestial realms of light, indeed the temple of the diamond light. And we hold the frequency, we hold the intention, we hold the vision. And we put forth the intention that the divine will of God be upon the earth. Let the divine will of God be upon the earth. Let the divine will of God be upon the earth. Let the divine will of God be upon the earth. Let the divine will of God be upon the earth. Let the divine will of God be upon the earth. Let the divine will of God be upon the earth. Let the divine will of God be upon the earth. Let the divine will of God be upon the earth. Let the divine will of God be. Let the divine will of God be upon the earth. Let the divine will of God be. Let the divine will of God be upon the earth. Let the divine will of God be upon the earth. Let the divine will of God be upon the earth. Let the divine will of God be upon the earth. Hold your positions as you continue to hold the frequency of the diamond light blue ray emanating from the blue flame, God's will. And as you hold it for the earth, you say the divine mantra for yourself. God's will is my will. 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 Hold our positions a few more minutes. And as we can continue to be in this loving embrace of this sacred flame, as we are humbled, grateful, and blessed, as we hold the frequency of this flame of God's will within our own individual selves, but also for the collective. We put forth this intention as the days and weeks and months begin to unfold. We intend now to remember this before we go to sleep, so the work will be more enhanced and continues as you hold the frequency of the diamond light blue flame. We prepare ourselves now to come back, and as such already the energies begin to step down, and all the most radiant ones begin to draw in their electromagnetic field as we begin to draw in ours. We put forth the intention that we will be back awake and alert on the count of 3. We prepare ourselves to be back awake and alert and fully grounded into our physical, mental, and emotional bodies, yet still tethered into the higher frequencies, holding the diamond light blue flame. 1, 2, take a deep breath in, and 3. We are back, awake, alert, and we are grounded.